Hey, Sean, this video is about how and why to be cool online. Now, before we get into it, if you don't know me, you need to understand my credentials for this. Number one, I maintain this YouTube channel, which has 3,000 subscribers now and gets around 20 views per video. So, kind of a big deal. And that's it. I don't have any other online presence other than my website. And I say that to say this isn't a video about how to become an influencer or how to have a great Instagram or Facebook account or social account that makes you look cool so that you can profit off of it in some way. This is about how and why to be cool in photos that go online. And so first, the how. There's 3 kinds of pictures that can be taken of you. Only 3 kinds of pictures. There's the kind of picture that you do not know is being taken, a candid photo of you doing something out and about. Sometimes these can look really neat because it's you unaware that the picture is being taken, so you're just being yourself. Then the other 2, you know the picture's being taken. The first one is you know the picture's being taken and you make some sort of face. And this is what I do most of the time and what most people do a lot of the time, where the picture's being taken, you're like, ah. And you make some face, like there's like, oh, a picture's being taken, and there's this instinct to not be yourself. There's this instinct that sincerity might be weird or unwelcome, like let's just be funny, let's be goofy. And so you're having fun, you're talking to people and like, oh, picture, point at somebody. And that's not who we are. We snap into that character for a minute and then we end up with these weird photos of us. And when you fast forward to the future and your kids potentially or whatever generations are looking at all these pictures of grandpa or grandma or whoever, it's going to be like, oh, why did grandpa make a dumb face in every photo of him? That's kind of annoying. I wonder what he was really like. Which brings us to the final type of 3 pictures. Is when you know the picture's taking and you play it cool. You can have a sincere smile. You can look right into that camera and give a nice, sincere smile. Or you can not smile and try to be cool, try to be angry, try to evoke some sort of emotion like a model. And in that's how to be cool. You gotta own it. You gotta look into the camera. You gotta say, hey, this is gonna be a good picture. It may take several tries. It may take a lot of tries. You may not even get one that you fully like, but hopefully you get one that's pretty good. And in there, I hear 2 things in my head. The first is when I see pictures of other people trying to be cool, my instinct is to be a little bit judgmental, and I hate that about myself, and I'm working on that. But I think it comes from a place where I'm projecting, where I know that, like, man, that person just owned it. Like, looking cool, cool shoes, cool pose in a neat spot, and they're not worried about what I'm thinking about them. I wish I could do that. And that's essentially what this video is about. You can do that. And by doing that, with enough repetition, you end up in a place where you start to believe in yourself a little bit more and you start to have cooler photos. And as I've done this, and I'm still getting comfortable with it, and every time I do this, every time I set out to make a cool photo of myself, I usually don't like most of them. This isn't just like oh yeah, one cool picture, boom. This is a process that I'm continually working on getting better. And the more comfortable I get with it, the more adventurous I become, which then just keeps the marker moving down the road where I'm never just owning it because I'm always trying something different and bigger. And as I look back on all these photos I've taken, it's so cool where maybe in the moment, I'm not like, that's a cool picture. I like this picture right now. But anytime I've done this and I go back like 2 or 3 years to one of these photos, it's always like, that's kind of neat. I'm glad I did that. If I had either made nothing or taken a picture with a dumb, goofy face, that to me doesn't have as much value, and it's not as neat and not as genuine, I think, as it could be. And sometimes I'm really happy, sometimes I'm really confident, sometimes I'm angry, sometimes I'm sad. And committing to creating a photo that captures that emotion is a cool thing. It's a valuable thing for yourself. It's like journaling. It's like reflecting in any other way, where you're trying to capture emotions into a snapshot that you can look at and think about later and process. And doing a photo that says, hey, I'm a cool dude and I can do cool photos, or hey, I'm a happy girl and I can do happy photos. Whatever emotion you want to do, having the confidence to say, I'm going to take this photo. And then beyond that, only if you want to, but beyond that, posting that somewhere is a whole nother thing. And again, this isn't about how to create a popular Instagram platform or something, but keeping these photos in a place where you can see them later, you can share them with trusted people later, not just maybe throw them online. I think it's a really neat thing. And it's something that's going to be awkward. Like most things, when you first start it, it's not going to just be James Dean out the gate. You're going to struggle. You're going to get there. And maybe you want to try taking some intentionally awkward photos. I've done those too. And it's fun. It all captures an emotion, but you've got to try sincerely to be genuine in it. And it takes acting. It's modeling. It's a form of theater that takes practice. And if you try it the first couple times and you fail, that's just reason to keep trying and get a little bit better and get to a place where not only are you getting better, but you're getting better at appreciating the effort and the journey along the way. And so I'm going to encourage you to take some selfies, and not just hand-holding selfies. When you're out and about somewhere, set your phone down, do the self-timer, set up a camera, set up a background, use some props, throw money in front of you. One of my favorite photos, I threw money in front of myself. It's like 6 $1 bills, but it's what I had, and I think it's a fun, interesting photo. And so do this. Take some time to be thoughtful and capture a piece of yourself in some way that can live on in your archives for other generations to enjoy, and for you yourself to savor a little bit, because it's going to build your confidence. It's going to make you more comfortable around other people. It's going to make you a better public speaker. It's going to affect you positively. It may be difficult. It may be a journey, but it's going to be a journey that I think will be worth it. So if you're watching this, before you watch whatever video you're going to watch after this, stop for a second, take a photo of yourself, make it a cool one. If nothing else, take it, keep it for yourself, set a reminder in your calendar to go look at it in 6 months or something, and see what that does for you. Because I have a feeling you're going to like it. And I have a feeling that if you can encourage other people to do this, not that we're trying to create some egotistical world where everyone's all into the image of themselves, but I know, looking back, there's a few pictures of my grandparents where they're owning it and they're looking cool. And it's because they're not in photos all the time. It was a thing of like, hey, we've got one photo, let's make it good. And so people looked a certain way. They weren't going to take the one photo and make a face or bunny ears or whatever. But we now, in this society where cameras are ubiquitous, there's so many photos taken that we don't want to give each one like our full sincerity. But think of your relatives, whether they're still with you or not, and think, man, I wish I had a really cool picture of my brother, my sister, my mom, my dad, whoever, my roommates, whatever. I wish I had something that was just this cool, frozen in time moment of them being a sincere and genuine, cool person. Because I think that those have some serious value. And I love the photos of my friends that we've taken that are a little bit more thoughtful and neat. And I love the photos of myself. And it's taken me a while to get there, but I love the photos of myself that I've taken in this way. That's all I got for you. I hope this was fun. If you made it this far in the video, I sincerely appreciate it. See you later. Bye.